Morning. Good morning, and good to see you here today. We are very glad to be here. So first, I would like to thank you, the chair lady of the Greek House, Davos, Mrs. Irene Vanaraki, for allowing us to be here today, and her wonderful team organizing this excellent event, and with a fantastic agenda and networking opportunities. So I am Anna Seddigh. I'm the chair of the Scytáles board and one of the co-founders. And to the left, I have my colleagues, Dr. Vangelis Sakkopoulos. He is the brain behind our technology and the co-founder as well. And then we have our CEO, Konstantin Papaxanthis. He is the founder of the company. And we are Scytáles, a company based in Stockholm, Sweden, but with very strong roots with Greece, because 60% of our colleagues are actually Greeks and based in Greece as well. So we are very proud of that. And I actually do speak a little bit of Greek too. So our background is that we started this company 9 years ago with the mindset of becoming the front runner in the domain of secure mobile digital identity and subsequently digital identity wallets. And our team has a background from the security document world, so like passports, national ID cards, and driver licenses. And collectively, our colleagues have delivered projects worldwide. I think it's over 60 countries in the last 20 years. So our vision with Scytáles is to provide technology that eradicates fraud and enables accessible and inclusive digital identity for all. We are today recognized as pioneers globally in mobile authentication, and we are very proud of that. So the topic today is how the digital identity wallet will pave the way for a digital future where every citizen will have access to secure and trustworthy digital identity, enabling a convenient way for citizens and businesses to share identity data and documents and establish trust in online and offline transactions. So at the core of the crux is for users to be able to digitally prove themselves who they are while having full control of what data they share to identify themselves in online and offline modes. So the key is privacy, better protection from identity fraud and impersonation, and accessing cross-border services. And we all know, I mean, we don't have to get into that, the costs of identity fraud to the losses of global GDP. I think the figures are staggering, $4 trillion or something like that. And then you have in connection with that, other kind of criminality attached to identity fraud. That's another story. So the EU Digital Identity Wallet represents a game-changing opportunity for EU citizens to regain control of their personal data, which positions the European Union or any other state who chooses this model to compete effectively with siloed wallet solutions as we know them today. This project was launched by the European Union after public tender in 2022, and the European Commission awarded Scytáles, together with our partner, net company Intrasoft, who also has a Greek connection actually, to develop a secure digital identity system in collaboration with the Commission. And we are the proud technology providers in that project. So it is of the highest priority for the European Commission. In fact, it goes even so high up as to Mrs. von der Leyen. It is considered to be of monumental importance, and it will transform the lives of the citizens of Europe, because promoting privacy and security and interoperability is not only benefiting the individual user, but it will also foster digital innovation across all sectors in Europe, and it will pave the way for a more connected, secure and prosperous Europe. And that's, at the end of the day, what we all need. So I will now pass on the word to my colleagues, and I think I'll start first with KP, as I call him, to discuss more in detail some use cases, and then a live demo. So please, thank you for me.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you all. I would like to thank the organizer, Ms. Irini Vantaraki, for everything. It is a good show. You may think, is this going to concern your lives? So I'm looking to you here in the front. It will. This will concern, our lives. It's around, 440 million users, citizens, to start with. It will start, in Europe, but everything will be based on standards and interoperability. We will see this in North America, in Asia, in Latin America, wherever, a user would like, to share documents, to share his own documents or her document over the desk, in person, or over the web, with the same highest level of identity, like a user being over the desk, sharing his driving license together with a passport when renting a car. That's one use case. Or when you need, to do an age check for a person, if he's 18 or 21 or 20, to have a drink in the bar, or going to the liquor store or to the pharmacy. So the wallet will have different, documents. We call them sometimes data sources. We can also call them, data credentials. So think now, very simple. You have your passport, here. You have also your driving license. You have the payment, card. And you have your health card. One in go. And the wallet will guarantee that KP is KP. Oh, they were laughing here. Somewhere, behind. They have fun. That KP is KP, wherever KP is going. In person, to share his document over the counter, that he has the same type of credential, like a police officer is checking KP over the counter in person. And you will do the same type of use case over web. And you may think, okay, how should I trust that? Yes, it will be an ecosystem that you can trust, because you will also know who is behind the web and who is behind, the desk. For instance, sir, here, when I give my passport here to you, and you would like to check something, I give consent for you, to have that. This is an offline document. The wallet will have the offline capability as well to share, documents and data sources without being online. That's the beauty, of a wallet. And you can be private if you want. If you don't want, you can be, online. It's a privilege that a human being, has. So it's fully proved. My colleague, Dr. Vangelis, will tell you more about how this is working and how this will be working in real life, the technology behind it, and we will also do a live, demo on this. I will not do, a longer business speech, because I would like to get into to the live demo, and also, for you to do an introduction. But we're also here, to have questions and comments on this. And wherever you want, you can do the necessary, questions to all of us here in the panel. Thank you very much from my side. Vangelis, here you go.
Hi, good morning from my side too. Thank you, KP. Thank you, Anna. Thank you to all the hosting and the opportunity to share with you what we are going and discussing here. Actually, I have to admit that in this continent, we are a little bit behind. We have already deployed in production in all US airports our solution. The Americans have the opportunity to actually use in Android and iOS and pass through all airports seamlessly without carrying any physical document already for more than a year. Again, that is in production. It's not a test. It's not a demo. It's something that actually works there. We have been, and we are the only one until now, provider of a solution for both iPhones and Android devices for this. Of course, there is competition from the manufacturers, but until now we have a certified solution for this. And that's why here in Europe, with close contact of the Commission, we are developing, we are implementing the EU Digital ID. Overseas, they call it mobile driver's license, but it's practically the same as an ID. So let's say the world is split in two documents, driver's licenses and IDs all around the world. And of course, passports. And the main and key aim of this is to put again the privacy and the data back to the hand of the user. Today, we overshare pictures, we overshare our data. All of us that travel, even for vacation, all our information from our passports are in any other hotel with any other person looking at our data plus our addresses, and we cannot revoke them, we cannot get back that data. We have a solution that actually does that. And it does that in a very organized technological underlying background. But the key point here is that now, for the first time, we will enable with one tool both the physical transaction of an identification, like sharing your passport or your ID or your driver's license to buy liquor from a store in some countries, or even just to buy something and deliver it to your home where you have to prove your address, right? Now you will be able to do it actually also over the web with the same tool, with one phone. All the conveniences are there. You can change the phone, you can change your mobile number anytime you like, at home, and the level of assurance is high, which is equivalent to your nature physical signature. That's how high the assurance is. So I wouldn't like to speak more. You can see in the screen actually two phones, and I would like the help of KP, because I need to hold the phones. So these phones are actually real phones. What you see is not an image. It's it's actually a phone. In iPhone and Android. This demo, apart from the nice UI that you see, if you like it, it includes a lot of documents you see on the right-hand side of the screen and on the phone here. A list of documents, a driver's license, vehicle registration. So nowadays we leave our vehicle registration and car papers in the car, and that is easy to lose them. Imagine that you can share them over the phone, even for time limited, where you can just rent a car. What else? You can have also your insurance card, your blue card that we have here in Europe, your diplomas, and also the payment. We have already proven record for authorizing payments using the wallet. I cannot say much because it's still in confidential level. And we have also privacy, things like this one, where I open my wallet, you can see my face, but you cannot see actually my name. So when I go and pay, you don't have to see my name when I tap, right? You don't really need to see anything. You just need to see the document that, the parts of the transaction. So what we have here on the left-hand side of the screen, and here is an Android. I have a validator, a verifier. This can be deployed in any airport, in any hotel, in any POS system, payment system. It can be used in entrances, in physical entrances, everywhere. It's available in all operating systems, Linux, Windows, Android, iPhone. We have the full ecosystem for the relying parties. Please have a short reflection on this. Have you ever tried to share anything from an iPhone to an Android without going through the internet? You haven't. It's not possible until this technology. So if you have a friend, for example, and you want to share him an image or your address, what you do is actually you expose yourself to an internet service. Now, this technology allows you to share over the desk or face-to-face with friends details, critical details of your identity, offline, like when you pay with money. Nobody knows of that exchange, and it's still very valid. And when you show your passport, if you prefer like that, I mean, if I show the passport to a policeman, I don't share it over the internet. Nobody from my carrier knows about this transaction, right? So what we have here, what I'll do is something simple. Let's assume that I have a reader here. The reader, I pulled up a list of documents that it can read. It can read one document at a time, multiple documents at a time. It can read, but the most important thing, putting the privacy back to our hands, is selective disclosure. Selective disclosure means that I can share only a part of a document. For example, only the address and the surname, only my proof of age, that I am above 18. So perhaps I'm not very proud that I'm getting older, and I don't want to share my birth date or my year of birth, but proving that I'm above 21 to get liquor or get entrance in a casino, it's easy, it's an easy thing, and it's privacy preserving. So I preserve my privacy. In this case, in order to keep the demo short. Okay. Let me reopen. It will be easy.
Thank you very much.
And if the kind colleagues can reconnect to me, it will be very excellent in the iPhone. If not, I will share you through my screen. Let's wait for a sec. Yes, it's coming. It's coming through. They are very fast. Thank you for that.
But it's not sharing.
It's sharing. Give the network a bit. So this is, yeah, even. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So what I will do here is I will request from this holder his full info just to showcase that I can actually do in one transaction a multiple document request, for example, to open a bank account, let's say. One case is using the QR code. This QR code has no personal identifiable information. If you screen dump this QR code, you cannot use it. It doesn't have anything. So this now screen on the right, you see that I have a request for a document. I can unselect pieces of information if I like. So I can only share what I want. Of course, it has all the biometrics and details. And it's passing to the other phone using Bluetooth Low Energy, so it's a local transaction here. You don't go into the internet. Nobody knows about this. And it's here on offline. I got a list of documents. And now I have here requested, for example, the vehicle insurance. And you see a very green button in the bottom of the screen. This is cryptographically verifying that all the data that I have got have not been altered, tampered, or played with in any way. And we have even considered, and we are ready for post-quantum protection, for post-quantum encryption protection already. And of course, you have other things like this. For example, you get a digital image that you can actually magnify. This is particularly important for law enforcement and physical control. And all of these are digital designs, so you cannot reshare them. If you reshare them, you are going to reshare who you are. So if I get this information as a verifier or as a mere entrance controller, and I reshare it anywhere, it has my name on it, my personal name, not the company name. So they will find me. So you stop and protect all the privacy. For example, a huge list of checks. These everyday privacy transactions will be done with a list of checks that are equivalent to a passport control in Schengen area. That's how secure this is. Now, let me do something different. I leave the phone on the side, and now I am a mere user. I have one phone. 99% of the European population has a phone. Only half of them have a laptop. So, I mean, we may have a laptop, but most people do not have a laptop. They live with a tablet or a phone. So we want to enable them and keep their privacy with a wallet here. So let me show you a use case. I go to a web page. This is a web page that has several sample requests. This is just a demo web page where the first sample allows you to simulate a rental car company that asks for your mobile driver's license to rent a car. But usually, I saw another. So the second one, the plus 21, is simulating an alcohol selling online store where they need to verify that you are above 21, or a casino, or even a cinema where you want to watch a movie that is graded above 18. I will go and do the demo for the sharing of the MDL and the vehicle registration in the use case where every year all European citizens need to renew their insurance for the car, at least once. So they are asked for the same things again and again: the vehicle registration and their driver's license. And in this use case, I go to a web page. Imagine that this is the web page of your preferred insurance. And now this web page has a new button, this blue button. This is the magic. This is an interoperable blue button. They don't have to buy the technology from us. It's an open protocol. We have, however, a ready-made SDK and a ready solution for this. And what will happen, I will click the blue button, and I warn you, it will switch me back to the wallet. Yes. And now I have a very nice multiple request for 2 documents, where I will push my information, only what I need. I can uncheck, for example, they don't really need, if you check from the driver's license, I can uncheck the portrait. They don't need my face. Right. Or I can uncheck my date of birth. They don't really need that to issue the insurance. They might need a level of age that I'm not above 65, for example, or 75, depending on the level of insurance capability. And I'll do accept. And what happened now, if I go back to the page, the page refreshed, and it received all my information. Now, of course, the page now only displays information for demonstration reasons. Obviously, these data are an input to the back-end system to issue my insurance, and then I will get my insurance directly. What happened here is I didn't type the data. These are digitally signed data, therefore they do not need to check anything else. First of all, they don't need to check anything else with a third party. They don't need to share my data somewhere else in order to check that my driver's license is okay and that my vehicle registration is okay. They just check the signatures locally. So we stop oversharing and we stop sharing to third parties. So the privacy is back to us. Thank you very much for your attention. Any questions? We're happy to take them later or now. Of course, now. Thank you, KP.
Thank you. How do those credentials get into the
Actually, that's a very valid and interesting question. The process is simple. At the moment, there is already a percentage of Europeans that have a wallet of some kind that is not interoperable. But what happens is that we retrieve that data using the app as citizens from an authentic source, meaning from actually the issuer of the document. So you retrieve the data of your driver's license from the Ministry of Transportation, you retrieve the data of the PID from the Ministry of Interior usually, or the police, or the digitization agency. That's the use case in Europe at least. It's the departments of motor vehicle in the United States. You retrieve also in most countries in Europe your degree and educational data from the Ministry of Education or directly from your university or your educational institution. You can also retrieve medical and insurance information from the companies that issue them. So we have authentic sources that are going to be in a trust network. Some of them are, or the governmental authorities are already in a trust network. Now, the European regulation that was voted only a couple of months ago allows also more authentic sources to become parts of this trust network. And it is very easy actually to go there and become a part. Why? Because the technology that is used is the same for everyone. So all authentic sources join the wallet with exactly the same protocol. There's nothing proprietary to it. So you don't need to buy, from X company, Y company, Z company. The protocol is the same. You can, of course, implement it on your own, or you can have a very serious implementer and take it off the shelf as a black box, certified, and use it. But the point is that we use the same protocol for all, meaning no exclusion. No market tricks. You are not bound to a specific technology. You can change phone from Android to iPhone anytime you want. The wallet will work. You can change also, for example, insurance company, because your wallet will also work in the same exact manner to download the new insurance from another one. So, shorter or longer, that's the approach. And the same goes for the relying party. So the reader that actually requests your information, the new regulation in Europe mandates that the wallet will only respond to a reader if it belongs in a trusted network, not just an HTTPS connection, but belong to a trusted network. Therefore, all websites will have to receive a little seal, a unique use seal that they belong to a trusted network. What is that? It's a mere registration that I'm a company X, Scytáles, and I want to give you an insurance, for example, and therefore I want to request, in order to do that, by law, a driver's license and your vehicle registration with this list of fields. So that you can very easy check when a request comes that this is the list of fields that I expose in my website, but also in the wallet there will be a button that will allow us, all of us, to privacy protest, if we like, if we see anyone violating this trust. Of course, thank you for the question.
Any more questions? Anyone? Yes, sir?
Two questions. First one is, how safe is the data on the phone? You mentioned some sort of encryption, but what, for example, if the phone gets lost or in the wrong hands? So that's one thing. The second one is that governments already have such applications. The Greek government has one. Is your approach a complementary one, or is it possibly an alternative?
Vangelis, I think you can answer. Repeat the question so they can hear
So
the audience.
On the first leg, how safe the data are in the phone. So all the data in the phone are encrypted using personal keys. And those personal keys can, each member state, each country, can keep the keys on the phone or in a card or in a server. So, for example, in Greece, we keep most of our signing keys are in a server. We can keep them there. And then, if in any case, the data are encrypted, and even if the phone is lost, nobody can actually decrypt them because they will be protected with private keys that is protected with PIN and biometrics. So there are going to be multiple factors of authentication to the keys that will decrypt. Plus, once you lose the phone, by getting online or getting a new phone, even if you are anywhere abroad, and requesting a new wallet, instantly all previous instances are revoked, are no good anymore, which is not the case when you lose the passport. If you lose your passport, it's impossible to actually revoke it. Practically, you can go around the world, and after a month, I mean, okay, Europol updates every day, but after a month, you maybe face some things. Now, on the second question, it's true, it's very much true, that, as I said, there is a percentage in Europe that people have wallets. All these wallets are not interoperable outside the countries. Belgium has one, Greece has one, Portugal has one, France has one, Poland, even here in Switzerland, there are attempts. What we say and what we give, what we provide, are twofold approaches. One is we give SDKs, black boxes, that somebody can take off the shelf, put into an existing wallet, and make it interoperable for across Europe without changing the vendor, without changing much in the user experience, but just enabling the new protocols, the new interoperable protocols. So it's like downloading, a new piece of code. It's like actually turning your car from gas, from diesel to gas, which is you don't change your car, you just put something new in it. You don't even change your engine. Imagine, it's a plug-in thing, and we have deployed this plug-in in several countries and states around the world. The deployment time is a week or two. It's that simple. So the Greek government can do this, I can guarantee you, in less than a week.
They can come to us. They're very welcome.
But they are very welcome, anyone. Now, there are countries that do not have a wallet. There we have a full turnkey solution, and we can give this to the issuer, but we can also give this and the holder. So we have the app for the user, the app for the authentic sources, so the services, the APIs for the issuers. It comes also with public key infrastructure to sign keys, and these are special certified things for wallet identities. The wallets that we have now in Europe, none of them actually uses certified offline data. They just share online to specific readers. So you cannot actually share that data with a hotel. Only, authorized police officers, officers of the law, Schengen controllers can actually get hold of the data. Why? Because it's an internal network for policing, mostly. There are exceptions. There are countries that do. For example, in Portugal, they have a wallet of 14 documents already in production, millions of users. And we also give the verifier for the websites. That's not a use case now. Now, most wallets, apart from some banks, they don't serve any website. Meaning that you cannot share your address, to buy a liquor, to verify your age. So it's a bunch of new solutions. And again, we don't want to redo all websites in Europe. We have a black box, a simple plugin. You take it in your website, and in 2-3 weeks maximum, you are compliant. A new button is there. Use the wallet, and then the user can use it. So our vision was to make it easy for the end user to keep their privacy, and the second line, to make it easy for the market to adopt it. Thank you for the questions. They were really good.
Any more questions, please? You have the chance now. Otherwise, you will not. We will be here. Mrs. Van Dijk next year. I promise you that.
You mentioned that the wallet was certified by you or ordered by you. So can you talk about, I think on the EIDAS to zero, each country has to certify at least one wallet. Is it like the Greek wallet, or where does it sit?
Yeah, let me clarify that. So what we are doing is the reference implement. No. So we are a company that has their own wallet. and we give it to countries to certify it and to put it in distribution. But we are also a consultant to the Commission that actually implements the reference implementation that other companies can take to put in production and certified in any member state. So we are, let's say, the technological consultant and software implementer. We do libraries, we do the wallet, not what you see here, something more specific to actually, we are also helping in the shaping, in drafting, assisting in the IDAS 2.0 security precautions, risk precautions, etc. So that's what we do. So we help countries to do their own wallet, but we are also implementing this for the EU.
It's like a white label solution.
So it's going to be a white label. So what we do for the EU is open source. But open source means that every country, every website, every company needs to be able to consume this. That's not always the case. For example, Linux is open source, but all enterprise versions are paid and they're supported by specific companies. So yes, you can download the open source Linux, but you cannot actually make it enterprise. You have to pay someone that is highly expert and focused in this. So yes, we give libraries that will help vendors to build their own wallets, and let's say we are on one of them. So yeah, and it's completely open source and open license. So you don't need to pay anything to the Commission. You get everything.
Okay, I think we covered everything. We managed the time. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Follow us. Follow Scytáles. It will change a lot of things. I promise you that. We promise you that. Thank you again. What about our chair lady? Do you want to say anything?
Thank you. If anybody wants to if anyone wants to approach us with questions, just and catch us now. Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.